frame your answers. Now, there is a framework known as STAR framework. Okay. Now, in STAR framework, you need to be any answer that you have, right? अगर मैंने पूछा कि tell me about the most difficult time of your life, right? So you have to follow the STAR framework. Now, what is STAR framework? S stands for situation, T stands for the task, A stands for the action that you took, and R stands for the results. Okay. Now, a lot of the times people say STAR L framework. जहाँ पे जो last वाला L है, that stands for the learning that you took away or the insights that you took away from that particular situation. Okay. So please write this down. Whatever HR answer or whatever answer that you're coming up with, always and always follow STAR framework. S for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for results, and L for your learnings, if that is an added bonus. Okay. ना आपको इंटरव्यू में जाके ये नहीं बोलना है कि सर स्टार फ्रेमवर्क के हिसाब से मेरा सिचुएशन ये था, टास्क ये था. ओके, यू नीड टू डेवलप योर आंसर अराउंड दैट फ्रेमवर्क. ठीक है. Every answer needs to be structured. What people like in MBA are structured answers. से अगर मैंने पूछा आपको why MBA, okay, why MBA का आंसर पूछा, instead of directly diving into the answer, first tell them, so for doing MBA I have my reasons are threefold. Okay, so now the judges know or the interview panelists know that आपका तीन reason है, and that is where the answer is going to end. There is an end to this. Okay, so they are also looking forward to the reasoning, and then you jot down the points. Now, first reason is the curriculum, the second reason is the peer-to-peer learning, third reason would be yada yada yada. Okay, now over here also, this is also an opportunity to link it with what you are bringing to the table. Say one of the things, one of my extracurricular activities is music. I really like to do it. So in why MBA, the very first answer, that it will help me fine tune my personality, right? I use the metaphor, or I use the example of violin. Now what exactly happens is I tell them that fundamentally MBA is not going to change who I am as a person, but what exactly an MBA is going to help me is fine tune my personality and my perspective, right? And now I'll not be expanding on this answer anymore. I directly go on to let me give you an example. Like if you take violin for example, they have two knobs which you need to fine tune and get to the right note on that particular instrument. The first knob is to just tighten the string, while the second knob is to fine tune and get the string to the right and exact note which needs to be played. And that exactly is what I think an MBA is going to be playing, or going to be doing, or the kind of part that it is going to play in my life. Okay, now this is the kind of answer, this structure है, एक एप्लीकेशन हो गया आपके लाइफ में, राइट? इट ऑल्सो रीआइटरेट्स द पॉइंट दैट हाँ, आपने जो भी लिखा हुआ है एज योर एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर, इट्स नॉट जस्ट अपर ऊपर ऊपर के लेयर का. There is some truth to it, there is some credibility to it, because your answers are also coherent with exactly what you're trying to portray yourself to be. Now another hygiene factor that you need to be checking is go thorough, be very thorough with your resume. Like the CV that you're going to be preparing, right? Be very thorough, and be very thorough with each and every line item of that particular resume. If you have mentioned कि मैंने XYZ किया हुआ है, right? You should know the quantification of what you have done, right? Say if you say that I did a project where I was detecting the impurities in the air, right? Now this answer is not going to be flying. Now the technology of gauging impurities in the air already exists, right? You need to also quantify it and tell them कि I developed this particular gadget which would gauge the impurities in the air, and which was accurate by XYZ percentage or XY percentage, right? And वहां पे आपको पूछ सकते हैं कि what are the benchmarks that you use to gauge the accuracy with which what you came up with, right? And then you can get into the technicalities of your project if you want to.